Hello, hello. If you have found your way here, please just trust that there's something in this reading that is meant for you. Now, what was coming through for this reading was the energy of outside influences, things happening perhaps in social media, on the news. I did feel for some of you, this may be influence or events happening around other people. So because this is a group reading, it'll be a little bit different. But there's this, I want to say, outside interference happening here. And I feel like this is subtle and it's low grade. And by that, I mean, I feel like the effects of this isn't one major impact, that it's a low grade, this happens, and then this happens, and this happens. And it's a slow escalation of energies or influences. And so I kept seeing a watch. That's why I drew this clock. And at first I thought they were talking about like this is over time, but then I got that clamping energy coming in my chest. And I knew that this was some sort of worry or anxiety. I'm sorry, I know my notes are messy, but when it's coming through, I just kind of slop it down here on the paper. Um, and with this is what feels like is low grade, that it's causing this undercurrent of anxiety, worries, maybe some fears are being triggered. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit different for each of you. But what came clear, very clear, was I was drawing a person with a phone because I felt like it was that kind of influence happening here, holding that phone. And then I have these arrows moving away. And I felt like there has to be some conscious effort to withdraw or make some space between you and what is happening out here. So for some of you, that may mean less time or not going to particular uh, media profiles, things like that. But there feels like there needs to be some distancing happening here between you and the outside world, electronic world coming in. Because I kept saying this, I know it's small, but this is a seesaw or a teeter totter, and it was going up and down. And I felt like one part of that was showing maybe an emotional swing happening here, but it was also showing me that the center of balance, that things are off here, and that's why I said back to center and self, because I felt like this is talking about this need to make some space and come back into your own center. And so that doesn't mean, turning your phone off and never looking at anything, for the next 2 weeks or something like that. But you will know what it is you actually need to do, as far as giving yourself some breather room, some space to just find some quiet within yourself. Because I felt like this, it gives me like it's like a depressive sort of energy where I feel like I'm sort of losing hope or faith in humanity. Um, again, it's a group reading, but you get the idea of the energy that I'm trying to articulate here, right? Um, so I felt like one of the biggest things that was coming in here was there is still so much for you to do here in this world. And I felt like this reading, whatever is going to come through in the cards, is meant to be a reminder for you of that there is more in this world for you, and more of a reminder of your spiritual truth and purpose and life and living it, enjoying it. It has that sort of thing. Now, I did write zero expectations because it felt to me like there's some things that you're wanting to manifest here. And I felt like there's almost an expectation of how it should manifest or exactly what you should be seeing out here in the world. And I felt like there needs to be just like a letting go. And I feel like I almost want to say sometimes we want to control things and situations in our life. And it's purely out of a feeling of safety because if we have control, then we're safe. And I felt like that feeling of letting go of expectations of what you want to manifest or how you want things to manifest is actually a deeper lesson in learning to have trust and faith and learning how to really honestly feel safe in this world, no matter what is happening out there. And I know for some of you, this will be a major, major lesson, but there's something really important. And then after that, with that um, manifesting energy coming in, it was pointing me back to the watch again. I kept seeing this was coming back in. And I felt like there's a waiting happening here. It was pointing me back in, it's almost like there's this cycle or loop that is happening. And the waiting is also creating some sort of anxiety or like it's just very buzzy sort of energy and it takes you back out of center. And I feel like there is something that is meant to develop or come into fruition in this physical reality for you that you're sensing like you know that and then it's like so when is it coming, when is it coming, and it's almost like just let go and trust the knowing and bring yourself back to center because there's other things going on here that I feel like the cards and the charms are going to talk about that is really going to help you find your way in this. So, what I want to do is get out our charms first. And I just want to grab a couple. Oh, the letter B just came out. So, that came out on its own. And okay. So we've got relationship charms. We have the letter H, H, J, and B. So that can be relationships, it can be people, event, or places that are coming up for you in the next little bit. And I just want to flip this over. Okay. I love that this has come out because this is the fire department, okay? And symbolically, the fire department is an emergency service. And what they do is they rescue. And I feel like there is that energy of needing a bit of a rescue, but there's that energy coming in of, I want to say, dampening the uh, energies of what's happening out here, giving you that space so that you get that breath of fresh air and being rescued from this cycle that is playing out or circling with you. And I want to point out that we have this relationship um, here coming up. And I don't know if they are speaking about some of this stuff being around relationships and looking at what maybe an ex or someone that you're, have feelings for, following, looking at what's happening in social media and then getting stuck in this cycle, or that this is one of the things that you're wanting to manifest. And they're saying to let go of expectations. Because one of the things that's coming in very clearly is it's not about manifesting a particular person, but removing yourself from the person and going, what is it that I want to manifest as far as a relationship? Like, what are those things that will fulfill me? Like, I need a loyal partner, a loving partner, and focusing on that instead of a person. So that's coming through. We'll see. They often come out to be more. And I love that we've got the little paw print, because that paw print is your footprint, your mark on the world. And that has absolutely everything to do with purpose. And then we have that snowflake. And I feel like that snowflake represents that specialness. Oh, we'll turn it this way. That's that specialness, the uniqueness of who you are, not only in your path and purpose, that feeling of you still have lots to do. There's, you know, some of us feel like we're special. There's something for me to do here in this world. And then it feels like it's not manifesting out in the world exactly what that is. But I feel like I need to reassure you that every single one of us is absolutely special and unique. And we come with these amazing, unique gifts and talents that can only be brought forth into this world in the unique way of who we are. And whether that's meant for the masses or the public, or it's meant just for the people that you will connect with in your lifetime, it's going to be different for everyone. But there's something that's really important about you understanding how special you are. And so I feel like that's a beautiful thing for us to be getting in our reading today. And I'm going to get out our cards. So we're going to start with my second deck. I am the author of 3 oracle card decks, one of which we're using in our reading today. This is the Divine Guidance deck, and these are all fractals. So if you are at all familiar with sacred geometry, fractals are like the granddaddy of sacred geometry. Oh my goodness, master number 44. Okay, so we have resolutions and we have divine guidance. And I feel like that's the just a second here. I'm just feels like this one. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. And look at one more. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So we have a 44 and a 22. Spirit is bringing out the symbols here to knock that home to you. It's interesting. This card is called the grid. Now, I know it's hard to see on camera, but in real life, in this fractal, there's so many symbols that show through the energy patterns of this fractal. And when I originally made this deck, the grid, it's talking about the energy grid of the earth. And that energy grid, the ley lines, that's a connecting into this realm or reality in a very purposeful, intentful kind of way. And where I was saying is the energy, like, let's be honest, the things that are happening right now in our reality are absolutely crazy what's going on right now. And we are coming to a change on our in this world. Like it's happening. And so there's something about coming out of that energy of worry, or listening to people say things that maybe induce fear, and coming back and really connecting. Like, I'm going to say, you need to get grounded. You need to get connected into the energy, your spiritual energy, that spiritual force that is on the planet. Because if we are focused on the negativity and the craziness that's happening out here, then our consciousness begins to feed into it, create more of it, or help co create more of it. And this is about making space, withdrawing from that, getting connected more into the energy of Gaia, of Mother Earth, of your spiritual truth. Like, you guys are the warriors, or you wouldn't be watching this. I can say that right now. And that divine guidance card, like this one with the spirals, there's whenever they show up, there's energy, growth, expansion. Things are in an open, moving, that's how galaxies are created, they say. It's that spiraling out energy. And this is an expansive time coming up for you. And that divine guidance card is talking about really coming into this place of feeling your innate connection to soul, to yourself, to spirit, to the earth. And I want to say this is a raising of your consciousness, a raising of your vibration, and a raising of your understanding, both of both realms and how they fit together. And we have the resolutions card. So something is getting worked out here for you. That resolutions card is talking about it being like a puzzle and having all the pieces spread out on the table and being able to bring them together so that you have a complete picture. And with this comes a lot of clarity. Like you really get, I do have things still left to do. I absolutely do have a purpose. And I feel like there's something for you to be going for instead of having your energies being taken, being swept away by this current here that we were talking about. It's more of a honing in. And this is saying there's something for you to aim for. And whatever it is that you from your heart in that grounded, centered place, whatever that is that you aim for, that is exactly what you are meant to be doing. So I want to grab out, this is a tarot deck here. This is called Into the Hive deck. And I feel like this is the one I want right here. So we have the Eight of Wands. Okay. This one here. We have Prince of Pentacles. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We've got a lot of pentacle energy happening here. Pentacles have a lot to do with manifesting our physical world, creation, that sort of thing. And we have the Prince of Jars. Jars are wands. So, with the 10 of Pentacles showing up, this one is an abundance card. And it's saying that those things that cause you discontentment are the things that initiate your movement into the things that do bring you joy. We need that discomfort to create that change for us to move forward. And this talks about this moving into the things that, like, I want to say, remember I said there's this energy of manifestation, manifesting things. And this is talking about the fruition of the things that you are wanting to manifest. And it's talking about a type of contentment coming into a place where you feel like you can just let your soul relax. Now, the prince is the same as the knight. There's a lot of focusing of your energy that comes with this. And there is action involved with this drive, action. And I feel like that's what this is saying. It's talking about moving out of this and not just manifesting, but moving into something that is much more purposeful for you. And it gives you that energy to be able to move forward into that. And the knight or prince also talks about making good use of your talents. So this works perfectly with the Eight of Wands, these two together, because the Eight of Wands is also an action card. However, this one is more about actual manifesting, that things are very much coming up into an alignment. And I feel like that's coming from this recentering that you're doing, this re-aiming of your target that's happening. And with the Prince of Jars showing up, that is saying that there's an alignment coming here of moving out of your head, out of your thoughts, out of the thinking mind and into the direction of your heart. There's more of this cohesive energy that happens here. So it feels to me like Spirit is saying that it's all going to come together, that it is going to be completely okay. And this is more manifesting of your true desires, of the things that will truly fulfill you in your heart. And I want to get out our dolphin cards. So we have an 11. So we have 11, 22, and 44. And this is play because that is the absolute polar opposite of this lighter energy. And it is about coming more into that, enjoying this world, if you want to put it that way, and enjoying life and enjoying what's happening here. And we have cultivation of wisdom. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? So I do have to say, with the Prince of Jars, I really feel like that is backing up this charm in that the right relationships, the right people, they are coming. It is about being more clear about what it is you want to manifest, because with that 10 of Wands is talking about that success. But there's also this deep spiritual connection and understanding that's happening here in that rebalancing of your energies. And I feel like this is a lot more lighthearted. And, although some of this reading is talking about you coming into your path and purpose, but this is in a much more joyful way. So, Spirit isn't talking about the work of that. It's talking about lightening up your energy and lightening up your world so that you want to be an active player in the play that's unfolding out here in a way that's really fulfilling for you. And I feel like all of those things are coming. And I think there's a lot of wisdom that you will be gaining over this next period of time. And I just want to grab out my dice here because I want to know, how much longer is it for us to get where you are right now into this place where you are really manifesting the things you authentically want and need for yourself. Like, how much time is it for that to come in here? And we've got the 7. Okay, 7 months is not long. This is going to happen fast. So if you're up in the northern hemisphere, by the time summer comes, you're going to have a completely different mindset and understanding of where it is you are moving in this world. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, by the time winter starts, you are going to be right on track. And I want to say 7 landed on the on target card. Within 7 months, you will be right on target. Wow. So I hope you liked your reading. If you did, please do sprinkle some love on the like button for me. And as always, I love you. I cannot wait to see you again. Mwah. Take care.